Hello, hello. So, my name is Casey Jenkins, and I am with Lularoe Jenkins, and I kind of look a little rough. It is 12:45 in the morning. So, I just had a pretty amazing live, and I wanted to just hop on and do a video. It's been a little while since I made one, and it's actually been like quite a while. I made a few videos in my first, I had Pandora on and now it's playing a commercial. Um, I made a video or two while I was in the queue, and then I made one, I think, after I had been in business for a couple of weeks. And then I made one maybe 3 months in, something like that. And so I haven't made one in quite a while. And I've had some really amazing successes. I have now been in business for, let's see, 7 months, 7 full months. And it has been quite a ride. I started in the middle of the summer. I actually started in the middle of June. We are now in the middle of January 2018, and I started in the middle of June 2017. June, like I said, I started in the middle. Literally on the 16th, I believe, was my very first sales day. And those first 2 weeks were amazing. I mean, they were nothing short of amazing. And then it just kind of took off from there. I had a lot of success, especially right there at the beginning. Actually, my second full month, I did over $20,000 in sales, which was phenomenal. I mean, it was much more than I was anticipating to do that fast anyway. I just kind of set some very clear and specific goals right off the bat, and I went for them. I was working a full-time job at that time, and my goal was to be able to quit my full-time job and come home full-time. That is my why. My why was to be able to be more present in my kids' lives, and I was going to do whatever it took to be able to get there. And so that's what I did. I tried a lot of different things, and I tried a lot of different things a lot. So I didn't just do one thing, and then if it didn't really work out, the first time I did it, I just kind of discontinued it. That's not how I did it. If I tried something, I tried something for 90 days. If it worked, then I didn't do it anymore. If it did work, then I continued to do it. And honestly, consistency and predictability is what your customer base is looking for anyway. And so by the time you've done it for 90 days, your customers are then expecting it, and you will see your sales start to increase and reflect your consistency. So, as I said, I had a lot of really great success there in the beginning, and I decided, okay, this is the level at which I want to perform at, and here is what I will not settle for less than. And so I knew that in the back of my head, cruise qualifying was a definite goal that I wanted to hit. And it wasn't necessarily for the cruise specifically. It was that I knew that level of income is what I had to have in order to be able to come home. So I just continued to push, and I gave myself a minimum of not selling any less than $15,000 a month. And I've only had one month that I did not sell 15,000, and I didn't create that goal of not selling less than 15,000 a month until the month that I didn't. And so, I've gone through launches and holidays, and I feel like I have gone through all of the ups and downs that could have been presented at this point in time. I've gone through those months where Lularoe has done, you know, 4 or 5 launches in one month, and I've really had to spend a lot more money than I was anticipating. But I was still able to pay my bills and still able to do things with my family and afford to do things with my family without any questions. So, I went through the Noir release, and there was a lot of frustration that went along with that for a lot of consultants, and understandably so. But we get to decide. If that kind of frustration is going to define the success or failure of our business, and I just refuse. I refuse. I've invested entirely too much time and too much effort and money and prayers and hard work, to let a learning experience for Lularoe be what decided whether I was going to stay in Lularoe or not. That was never even, honestly, it was never even up for discussion. It was never a question. Whether I got the Noir or I didn't get the Noir, it wouldn't have mattered. I would still be here because I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in this brand. I believe in the company and what we stand for, and I'm blessed to be a part of it. It's an amazing company with an amazing mission, and it has created a lot of financial freedom and just time flexibility to be able to spend more time with my family. And so I'm very grateful. Now I'm ready to build a team. I feel like I've gotten a lot of really good experience under my belt, and I come from team management. I've actually left. I was able to leave my full-time job that I had whenever I started Lularoe. I actually had a corporate position with an amazing nonprofit organization, and I was in a sort of a sales management type position, but I was a manager of recruitment logistics, which meant I was over the recruiting staff at 7 different locations, and I very much miss that. I miss being able to speak into people's lives. I miss being able to teach, and I miss being able to inspire and help people learn the business and learn more about themselves and what they're capable of, and pushing people to grow within themselves. And that is where I'm at with Lularoe. That is the place that I am at, where I'm ready to have a team. I'm ready to build a team. I'm ready to help someone who has decided to make this amazing career change, to kickstart their business and be successful. And so before I get off here, what really initially inspired me to get on and make a video in the first place is if I could offer any suggestion, if there is someone who is watching this video who is a retailer already, and you've been a retailer for a while and you are just kind of feeling blah, or you feel like your group is kind of starting to get stale or whatever, I wanted to offer you this as a word of encouragement. for a while, I've felt like, not necessarily that my group is stale, I have just kind of felt like I've had a lot of the same customers that are returning customers, which is awesome, which is exactly what we want. We want those returning customers, but we also want to see growth. Um, and I've kind of been, like I said, I do things very consistently, and I've been doing things the same way for quite a while. And recently, I have taken part in a lot of like live trainings and webinars and things like that. Um, and part of it was talking about getting your customers engaged before you go live, before you do your live sales. And live sales is a large part of how I do uh, my sales in my VIP group. And, it's kind of gotten to where I have been selling. In the beginning, I was selling like 40, 50 pieces on a live, and it got to where I would sell like 10 or 12, or I was doing really well to sell 15, and that was kind of discouraging, but I just upped my game in other areas to compensate. But for the past couple of weeks, what I've been doing, and I have seen a major change, major shift. What I've been doing is I am posting more sneak peeks. I am posting more just in general, like notification posts where maybe I'm posting a picture of myself saying, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about tonight's live. And I'm posting that in the morning, and I'm like talking about the live all day long. Or maybe I start talking about the live a day before the live even is scheduled to happen, where for quite a while what I've been doing is I've done the mobile text alerts, and then I'll announce 30 minutes to an hour before I go live, hey, I'm going live in 30 minutes, or live in an hour, or whatever. But now that I am posting these sneak peeks, and I'm also like hyping up the live, and I'm talking about how awesome these prints are and blah 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 blah, the engagement has been insane, and people are just waiting before I even share the video into my group. I've got 8-10 people already on the video before I even share it into my VIP, and my sales have reflected. And tonight was a good night, and I wanted to come on and tell you what I did. So most of the time whenever I go live, it's because I've got new inventory. I order new inventory 2 to 3 times a week, and I go live twice a week. And so every time I go live, I'm showing my customers new inventory. Well, tonight's live, on Friday, today is Monday, on Friday, I received a box of nothing but leggings. Normally, I wouldn't go live with a box of leggings. But what I did was I started making outfits yesterday, and I made outfits last night, and then I made outfits all day today with these leggings. I built outfits out of inventory that I already had, and some of that inventory I've had since I onboarded in June. And I built these outfits, and I put these leggings with them, and that's what I went live with tonight. And I did a sneak peek of all of these outfits that I put together. I put together somewhere around 35 outfits. I did a sneak peek, posted that. No one knew what my new inventory was. I just told them I was doing shop the box, and I had incorporated it with outfits. I had taken what was new, and I built outfits around it, and I couldn't wait to show them. And I did a sneak peek of a picture of my rack with all the outfits on it. And like I said, I had people already in the video before I even shared it into my group. And tonight, there you go. This is what we do on lives. We write down every purchase, every person's name, what their size and style is, and and then I'm doing a video, closed door, and that's how I keep track. That's how I invoice, and that's how I go back whenever I am packaging. Sorry, my son was like, "Who are you talking to? What are you doing?" Anyway, they have a snow day tomorrow, so they're playing video games. So anyway, I had all these outfits put together, and we sold 39 pieces tonight. We sold 39 pieces tonight. It's been a while since we've had a live like that. One of last week's live, when I did the same exact thing, I had great interaction, and I think we sold 38 pieces. And so tonight's live was a $1,500 live. And it just makes me breathe a little easier. I mean, if you're a retailer, then you know that makes you breathe a little easier, because yes, I'm going to get up and I'm going to hustle really hard tomorrow, and I'm going to hustle really hard the next day. But a $1,400 live really helps me on the back end of the month whenever I'm looking at my sales and my goal. And if my sales are like down here and my goal is up here, a $1,400 live is going to help my sales be here and my goal be here. And I don't have to stress out at the end of the month like, oh my gosh, am I going to hit my goal this month? So I'm happy to say I'm getting ready to go on the cruise. The cruise is actually in like 3.5 weeks. So I'm super pumped. I cannot wait to go and just be a sponge and soak up all this amazing information in these trainings, and not just in these trainings, but with other retailers that are successful, because I have goals. You know, I'm not saying that I want to be in the top 100. Of course I want to be in the top 100, doesn't everybody? But I want to be better than what I am tomorrow. And then tomorrow I will want to be better the next day than I was that day. So continued growth and seeking out education and seeking out my own understanding is the goal. And I think it should be your goal too. And hopefully, if you're watching this video, then you are the type of person who seeks out their own understanding. And if you are, then good for you. So, I would love if you are, please excuse my hair, like I said, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. If you are a potential retailer, if you are someone who is interested in Lularoe and you've just happened to come across my videos and you are watching my videos, I would love to have you join my team. I think that joining my team would be one of the best decisions you ever made, next to joining Lularoe. I invest in the people that I lead, and I invest wholeheartedly, and I will give you what you need to be successful. If you would like to join my team, then shoot me an email at lularoecaseyjenkins@gmail.com. You could also leave me a comment here in this video. Feel free to join my Facebook group. It is Lularoe Casey Jenkins VIP. Or my business page is just Lularoe Casey Jenkins. I would love to have you. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm happy to help you. Have a good one.